Today, I would like to introduce you to the very basics of using algebra tiles to model expressions. If your students are not comfortable writing on the screen, it is likely advisable to start with either the Draw tool or the Math Type tool, which are located up here. Because it takes time to learn to write in a way for the system to recognize handwriting. However, I am going to use a handwriting recognition function in the Math Write tool along with equivalency checking. On my screen, I have an algebra tile palette, and I also have a floating toolbar palette. You can find both of those under the three-dot menu if they happen to close on you. On my screen, you see that I have an expression. I'm going to model that by dragging tiles out, and I'll need to make sure that I add each tile into the floating glowy box, which is called a bounding box. I've added 4 x's to represent my first number. Now I'm going to add 2 ones units. Now notice that in the expression, it says -2. So in tiles, just like physical tiles, I would just flip them over for physical tiles, or I would click them to make them negative in my digital tiles. Now I need to add 3 positive x's. Notice that when the model that I've created on my screen plus the typed expression are equivalent, they are now the same color. This is a form of scaffolding that builds confidence in your students and also builds self-reliance. My next step will be to simplify what I have, and that means that I'm going to be combining my like terms. I will model that on my screen as well, bringing them up into the space. Now when I count the number of x's that I have that are the same, I'll notice that using my Math Write, selecting that from my toolbar, I have 7x minus 2. Notice it again that everything on my page is now color-coded the same. That gives me the confidence that I know I'm on the right track. I can double check my answer to make sure that I am correct by simply dragging this into the self-check box. And I can see that I have a check mark. And I am ready to move on to my next question. And my next expression is 3 groups of -2x. And I'll begin the same steps that I did previously.